over to them. But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Hey everybody, it's Larry aka Bluemanrule. I'm here again. I'm fairly upset with Nier Automata because I finished the first level, the same level that was in the demo, and then my PS4 it had to finish installing, but because it didn't finish installing, it never saved, so I'd have to start that game over again, which is what I was gonna try to sit down and devote some time to. So you will likely see me on Marvel Heroes here in just a minute. So should the stream leave and should I stop broadcasting, then you may want to look for that stream shortly thereafter. So that's about it. So this is Stories Path of Destiny. Saw this game at PAX 2000 South 2 years ago. 2 Januaries ago, I should say. It was in 2016. But it's quite a game. I mean, I quite enjoyed it. It's really nice.
Smashing things was fun.
It does look good. It's I don't know, it's just kind of hard to put into words. It looked great. The story changes. You play through the story multiple times, and each time is different. It gives you different paths and that you can take, and then each playthrough contributes an additional portion to the story and the lore, and it's pretty cool. So that's a void sword. I also have a green sword. You see the top left by my health. That's a wind sword. That's a fire sword. And there's an ice sword. Got him. Now I'm leveling up, and I have to wait until I get a leveling statue, like Devil May Cry, before I can level up that way. But play this game for quite a bit, and it's real enjoyable. It's quite fun. There's my dodge, kind of my escape danger, and I have 3 stamina bars at the bottom of the screen. So that's what fuels that.
Exactly. Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
I quite enjoy the narrator. They will kind of say whatever randomly comes to their mind. Here's a leveling altar. So alright.
It's John Cena, baby.
What's up, John Cena? What's happening? Appreciate you dropping in. Alright. Hook shot damage. See, some of those are locked out.
That could come in handy.
Nothing too much. Washing some clothes.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Gotta get that done. I just got through watching Guardians with the family. Quite an enjoyable game. I mean, sorry, quite an enjoyable movie. Guardians of the Galaxy. There we go. Yeah, I like this game, man. Stories Path of Destinies. It's pretty good.
Good music.
It's pretty cool. I like it. If you like Fable, it has some of that similar type of humor in it. But It's really done. I believe this game was developed in Unity. I think that's what the developer said when I interviewed him. But it's pretty nice.
Hey, a workbench. He could try out his new bling.
Energy on kill, huh?
Fable 2.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Fable 2. I enjoyed Fable 2 up until the end.
Fable 3, no.
Yeah, I never played Fable 3, even though I have it free, because it just went free on Xbox Live or whatnot. But I still have not played it. Already equipped in another socket. So, let's see what's up here. And keep my attack speed up, maybe. Oh, let's do the critical chance.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Firewall. Fire. Extinguisher.
There we go. That's how you make it through. I want to say I'm missing something.
If you can't stand the heat, you thought, stay out of the flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, those little teleportation pads, which are cool. Alright. Do that loot. Before we leave, is there anything else up here? Yep. They really reward you for exploring in this game, man. This was really, really cool. But yeah, this was the free PSN Plus game, I think, last month or this month. Definitely get it.
They made Renato dizzy, in fact.
It's definitely a game worth playing. I think it's quite well done for a small team, and yeah.
Get on P5.
Man, I'll get on P5. I'm just waiting on it to go on sale, but Nier was my jam, so that's why I had to get that first. But believe me, I plan on getting on Persona 5. I love anime too. Not a fan of JRPGs. Well, not a fan really of turn-based that much. But I've only liked 2 turn-based JRPGs. Period.
Mother tell you it's rude to stare?
And that is
Renato,
Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon. So, but I love the anime presentation that game has. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to play it for real.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino
Check
dressing
out
as an
the
old
Aurora.
blind toad,
The
and
anime
Renato
that's on
hiding
Netflix.
inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
I did the plan last time here. I can tell you guys that the plan actually worked, but I will have you repeat what anime that was because I couldn't hear it because they were talking. But I think I might go a different route here. And see if I go somewhere different this time. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino. Not quite enough, thought Renato.
Durarara.
Garara, huh? I haven't heard of that one. Man, check that out. Got him.
For a moment, I wished that somebody had been watching.
That was awesome. I put in some work just now.
Reminds me a little of Persona.
Oh, this? Man, that's good. I like this game. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it was free this month on PSN Plus. That's not what I want to do. There we go.
There was blood on this one.
Ooh, bigger critical
so it hadn't
chance.
saved its owner.
Let me see if I can upgrade one of these swords here. Not enough ore. Darn it. I need more ore to upgrade both of those. I have enough essence for each. Let's see, 145 more ore total. Dang it. Got him. The counter. Got him. So if you're not noticing, I'm actually countering some of those when the exclamation goes over the head. If you hit square and hit the direction in which it's coming from, so toward the enemy, you can counter those.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up at her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy, Renato said. Renato knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut to the chase. But was timing right for that?
Zootopia.
Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of remnant of Zootopia, yeah. Reaper's Madness.
know how you feel about me, baby. I know you want to be with me. Renato said. What? The Emperor's evil, babe. I'm nice. Remember how nice I was back in school? You were an idiot in school. You said I was funny, said Renato, starting not to like how the conversation was going. The Emperor pulled me out of an alley. Don't tell me he's evil. Yeah, but did you ever wonder why? No, I didn't. Why don't you ask him? Well, because I know why. He wants to sacrifice you. You can tell him that when he interrogates you. Can't we just start this over? But Zenobia shut him in the hold of the ship. He had no one to explain anything to until he was brought to the Emperor's interrogators. After that, it was just screaming. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
So, probably stick to Lupino's plan. But then again, that's what this game is all about. So after you play an arc, you learn more about the story and the narrator.
The city was already under Zenobia's control.
Oh, nope.
I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Would he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty. His mother had never let him wave his sword around at home. He guessed he was still compensating for that.
It's funny how at the beginning of this game it had credits to a company called Hit Detection, but sometimes that's odd because sometimes the hit detection in this game is actually a little off. There we are. Let's try this again. Oh, I'm only at 60 ore. Running out of pockets. That's what we do. It's not as what we do, it's how we do.
The city was burning, and there was no one to put out the fires. If somehow Zenobia survived her father and inherited his crown, what sort of empire would she be heir to? But he couldn't think about that, could he?
Doesn't matter which sword I stick it in now, since I have all the swords unlocked, it will just default to the color that needs to be used in order to open the door. But that's how to get your progress in this game. Well, looks like it's making me use the right one for this one.
Renato remembered when he'd first stolen one of these. Good times.
Alright. Do I need to equip it? No.
This chest was filled with old concert t-shirts. And something useful. What exactly was Lupino up to this time? You could see the wheels spinning inside his head. They made Renato dizzy, in fact.
Let's see if I can make this happen.
Renato hated gogglers. It freaked him out to cut them.
Dang it, where am I at? I missed that the first time. Physical resistance level 3. That's what I love to see. Got him.
And this is why heroes are called dashing, Renato thought. See? Dashing? Get it? So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino.
Let's go with his plan this time.
Slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Let's go with his plan.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. I need more materials, thought Renato.
No, not there yet. There we go.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lupino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Renato, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lupino, probably sensing the chemistry. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they took Zenobia east, over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life. without even saying goodbye. Without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Bernardo was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Now I can tell you, I've done this one before, and I don't like that ending, so.
Listen, said Bernardo. Let's not do this. Let's not do what? Asked Zenobia. Look, you're the Emperor's right hand. You are going to have me interrogated, she said. Sure, yeah, but then I remembered how you feel about me. How I feel about you. You are going to have me interrogated. But I didn't. Because you care about me, said Bernardo. Well, guess again, Buster, she said as she pushed him off his own boat. As he plummeted towards the bottomless clouds of the abyss, Bernardo decided that he'd not really handle the situation with his usual finesse.
Dang,
He tried
Bernardo.
something bold and paid the price for it.
Okay, so it really is only one way, which is the way I played it the very first time I played it. So there really is only one way to handle that. So I'll make that decision, show you guys what is up with that.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Bernardo shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty. It wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable.
There's that block. So counter again. Another counter.
But surprisingly, unwounded.
I like this isometric
The
RPG
road less
shape.
traveled, thought Renato. How intriguing.
Such a great little way to get up in there and get all the stinking jewels I need. Let's play this the exact same way I played it the other time.
What exactly was Lupino up to this time? You could see the wheels spinning inside his head. They made Renato dizzy, in fact. This chest smelled kind of funky. He hoped he didn't get it in his clothes. So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato. Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. People had laughed at the government workbench placement program, but you could see the benefits everywhere. Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lupino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Renato, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lupino, probably sensing the chemistry. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they took Zenobia east, over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye. Without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Renato was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
This was the route I took the first time. And you could tell my paths I've taken here. And the cat, I could show you the story, but he understood that. And a couple other things there, but well done. I'm just looking for that last truth there. Maybe I can link it all together. So go back to my choices.
Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet.
Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
If I remember correctly, it's a nice environment. No, it's in the one that I'm such a fan of. Decent environment, though.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase. Once you try it, you're hooked.
The poor pawns. Puns are so terrible. Well, that's kind of what I like about the game. It has a certain level of charm about it that I enjoy.
Once, he found a Superman issue #1 in mint condition in a jar he'd broken. He planned to keep breaking things until he had the whole series.
Alright, I'm due for a sword upgrade here shortly. Almost.
You never knew where the road would take you, thought Renato. Really bring out your eyes.
There we go. I think that's why it's worth it right there.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
I'm almost there. 3 more ores and I can upgrade
Imagine
one of these
getting
swords.
a horse up in one of these things. He would be cursing a blue streak.
There we go. Right by where I just was.
Bernardo reached the outpost.
Now
The
look at
Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again. He said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Bernardo about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Bernardo didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
The exclamation shows a newer option in this. So I've done this before, so I'll do that.
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Bernardo could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base, he whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me, she'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will, shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Bernardo was falling.
A deer charged into Scar's store. Wow.
When he came to, Zenobia was standing over him. Why didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you. But strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens.
Which means she's with me, but she ain't with me in combat. Okay, word up. 3 oars short, man.
What else could you hook?
There we go. Let's go upgrade. Let's go upgrade one of these swords.
slice the wings off a fly in the air. Not that he would. It's sort of mean, really.
I quite enjoy this dialogue in this game. It really do. It's time to get her going, get her done.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought. The new pathway made Renato curious.
New pathways. See, I hadn't had this one opened up yet. We got in here. Give me more.
There was an inscription. No spitting.
How did I miss that? Man.
As Renato stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scobel ale he'd spilt last year. It was that way.
Darn it. Committed to this route and didn't even want to go here. Crappers. Those chests, man.
You guys ever eat fresh food? You don't smell like it.
Dang it, I knew I was gonna... Man, I'd already started in on the other one. That's the thing, they changed their patterns.
There were a lot of shiny, smooth, curved with leather, buckles, and kind of smelled, you know what? Never mind. Yes, there was also ore and other useful stuff. Let's focus on that, shall we?
Keep going up, I need to go back down.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicion. Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have you guys read that just because it's something you should experience yourself. Wow.
There were still so many games to play, Renato thought as he died.
Critical chance stone. What else I got?
He could sense the jewels.
Shield brother.
He had a feeling they were going to be great friends. Sure enough, the Farfarer had crashed in some rocks. There was no sign of Lupino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu School, and look, look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What are you talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, immoral, reckless... Run away with me, said Renato, and he realized he meant it. Just like that, she demanded. I will, if you will. So, she kissed him. And it was the best kiss he'd ever had. They held hands as they boarded the Farfarer. Renato felt light-hearted, like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lupino, I need to get back to Lupino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner. He's not. How'd you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away, wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds.
There it is. I don't know what happened. The game hung up for a second, but...
Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive. We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers. He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
I think I need his attack speed level 3. I've never been in this portion of the story, so this is interesting.
Or I could go that way, he thought.
I think it brings me back so I can go the other way. I actually have been here once before. Just not with this precursing story, but I have been on this level before.
Every day he was getting better and better.
Here we are. That's the last one.
They paused to catch their breath. It was strange to be so close to her. "What are you thinking?" he asked. "I'm trying very hard not to think." "Me too," he said. Up ahead, he could see the thin silver of Zenobia's personal ship. It looked fast. They would leave all this behind. This was definitely better than pulling yourself up in a fight.
That's a nice achievement. Or a nice little trophy.
As they reached her ship, Renato suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He was surprised to see a crossbow bolt sticking out of it. "I was going to lead the Empire to a secret base," said Lapino. "But no, you had to screw up my plan because you still got a thing for her." Renato stared at Zenobia. The kiss. Was it real? She said, with a look of indescribable sorrow. She gestured and said an arcane word, and Lapino went flying into the abyss, screaming, "I'm telling your father!" Then she knelt down to cradle his head, and her paws felt very soft and warm. Oh, damn it. He'd lost again, and died. But there was burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the mad rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness. He knew enough now, he thought. All these truths tumbling around each other in his head. There must be a way to puzzle the pieces together. If he used everything he knew, he could discover a new path to destiny. The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again, faster than before, and he fell.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was...
Well, thanks for watching. This is
the
all I got.
rebellion was in trouble.
Y'all have a good day.
Ravens
I'll
were
probably be
scouting
back
for the
with a little
secret
bit of
rebel base.
Marvel Heroes here in just a moment.
They needed
or
a
later
game
on.
changer.
Alright, peace out.
Pieces of the Sky